This is a video to show you how to set up and execute the predicting range for max height activity. So first thing we do, I've already done it, is you set the angle to 70 degrees, which you should know how to do by now. Then I've also got my white paper hanging on the wall, and I've got 2 meter sticks stacked on top of each other. I will also, and I don't show this, but I need to measure the height from the top of the muzzle launcher to the floor. And we're going to shoot the projectile launcher. We're going to measure the peak height, the max height that it has, but it needs to be from where it left the projectile launcher. So we'll have to subtract that height. So the height we're talking about when we talk about the max height is the height from the muzzle launcher. So with this setup, you'll have to subtract this height right here from the height that you actually read. So to get accurate measurements, the first thing I want to do is figure out, I want my rulers to be at the top of the parabola. So right there, my top was right here, okay, in that first trial. So I move my projectile launcher forward, and with 3 people it'll be much easier to do than just one person. You can do 2 or 3 quick trials and get it to where the peak of your parabola is right on the meter sticks. I just did a second time just to illustrate, and it turns out that I come a little bit short here. Yeah, it was more like right here, so I should have moved it forward. After you do that, then you'll do a close-up like this. And as we can see here, I was off a little bit. Okay, now you might be able to use that, but we have plenty of time. We're only doing a little bit of data. It's not like we're doing lots and lots of trials. So I would move my launcher forward about another 6 inches or so, so that this, when I get this picture, is right here, so I can get a really accurate height. Once I have that height, we now know enough that with the height and the 70-degree angle, I should be able to find the vertical. Actually, just from the height, I can find the vertical muzzle velocity, and from the vertical muzzle velocity and the angle, I can find the muzzle velocity. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a stack of books that are about 30 centimeters high. We'll take this stack and we're going to set the projectile launcher on top. Okay, so now we have a new height from the floor for the projectile launcher. So I know that, I know the angle, I know the muzzle velocity, and from all of that I should be able to predict the range, that is the horizontal distance, and the time from when it leaves here, the projectile leaves the muzzle, until it hits the floor. And your instructions should give you any other details. You're going to make the prediction, make sure you show me your work before you actually do the experiment, because if there's something drastically wrong, I want to see that before you actually do the experiment. You will also need to show me your percentage difference between your predicted values and your actual values, and then you'll do your worksheet. Good luck.